Hi, this is Lucas. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate and display my calculator assignment. So first of all, I just gonna show my calculator design. And then first of all, we have tab control here. One is the calculator, and the second one is the About Me page. And we go through the calculator first. At first, we have a text box, and then we have two radio buttons. One is for the standard mode, one is for scientific mode. And we also have the checkbox for the dark mode. And after that, we have the number buttons, the decimal button, and plus and uh, plus and minus button. And on the right side, we have clear and plus, minus, times, divide, and 1 over x, and the square root. And of course, we have the equal button. And for the scientific mode, we add extra four buttons here, which is the x squared and sine x, cosine x, and x factorial. And we're just gonna run this program first to demonstrate how it works. And as you can see, the default mode is standard mode. And if we hit scientific mode, the form size will change. Also for text box size will change. And those four extra buttons will show on the right side. And if we switch back to standard mode, and they will be gone and the size will change back. And if we hit this checkbox, the dark mode, and sorry, the background color will change. And if we uncheck it, and it will become to white again. And here we can do some simple calculations. For example, like 1 plus 3, 4, and then 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. And then 2 times 3, 6. And then 9 divided by 6, and then 1.5. And then I enhance because in the tutorial video we can only do one operation at one time, and after that we have to click the equal button and then we can do the next operation. So I enhance the logic by a little bit. We can do multiple operations at the same time. For example, we can do 1 plus 3 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, and then we will get 10 here. And then 9 minus 6 minus 2, we will get 1. And then 2 times 3 times 6, we'll get 36. And then let's say 18 divided by 9 divided by 3, and then we've got get 0.666 repeating. And I just gonna demonstrate all the functions first, and then let's say 10, and then we hit 1 over x will equal to 0.1. And then for example 25, and then we hit the square root button, it will equal to 5. And then we click on the scientific mode. Let's say 9 squared is equal to 81, and then sine 90 will equal to 1, and cosine 180 will equal to negative 1. And we can also calculate 6 factorial. It will be 720. And after that, we just gonna go to the About Me page. It's pretty simple, just one the image box for the Centennial College logo, and the second image box for my picture. And here we have sorry, we have text box for these strings to introduce myself and the things I like. And I also add one like button here. If you click it, it will pop up a message box and showing that thank you for your like. And then if you hit OK, and then we'll go back to this page. And that's basically my assignment. And after this, we're just gonna go to the code and form1.cs. We go to the top. First, we need to declare these variables for the operations. S value stands for the second value displayed in the text box, and the result um, for the calculation, and F value is the first value displayed in the text box, and temp is equal to the temporary result that's stored in the memory, because I try to enhance it a little bit, so I need to use this variable to store the temporary result, and after that we can do another operation without hitting the equal button. And of course we have the operator here, and the load event, the form load event is we change the button C. Um, Actually, we don't need this one, and yeah, we don't need this one. And this is the radio button standard dot check equal to true. This will set the calculator default mode into the standard mode. And this rich box dot text just initialize this string in my rich text box on the about me page. So once you click it, you can see this. We have to initialize it here, otherwise it won't show it here. Or we can just type it in the design page, but this is a long sentence, so uh, it will not look nice. And after that we have all these functions for the number buttons. So the logic is we first check the text box. If it's zero, then it will become that number we enter. Like for example, if it's zero, we hit five, it will become five. If we hit eight, it will become eight. And the second condition, it will be if we already have some inputs here, let's say 52, and then we want to add the number, let's plus six, it will add at the end of the text box. So yep, that's just the basic logic of the calculator input. And we also have this decimal buttons. The first thing is we check if the text box contains the decimal. If it doesn't, it will display a decimal here. So at the end of the text box, if we already have a decimal place, let's say we have 2.0 here, if we hit decimal place, it won't do anything. Yep. So after that, we have this plus and minus sign here. This logic is also simple. First, we check if the number contains any negative sign here. If we don't, it will put a negative sign at first of the at the beginning of the text box. And if we do have the negative sign, it will just remove it. So it will become a positive number. So if we hit it again, it will become positive 90, and hit again, negative 90. So that's the function for this button. And clear button, we will come back to that. And after that is the operation buttons. So btn plus click. So it's for the plus sign first. Um, so the first thing is we need to store the first value. So because this event only happens when we click the plus button. So after, let's say we have five and I want to plus something, and then I hit plus, and that five is actually stored into this f value, so the first value, and the data type will be decimal. And then after that, we actually need to check this condition, the temporary result. So the temp condition, if it's not equal to zero, that means we have some operations before. Let's say we have like six plus five, and then we hit plus again. But right now we have the temp value will be 11, which stored in the memory. But right now we're just doing the first step, so we do five plus five. So nothing is stored in the temp variable. It's still equal to zero. So we go to the else condition. So the temp will just simply be the first value, which is 5, right? The first value, and then after that we hit enter. I mean, we hit the equal sign. It will actually go to this sorry button equal click. And first, we just need to read the second value, which is 5 as well, and store into this S value, stands for second value. And then we use the switch operator to check the operator, because on every single operator functions, we actually assign the operator here, and that will become our switch condition. If in this case the operator will be plus, so the temporary value will plus equal to f value. So right now we have the oh sorry, it's right here. Result is equal to temp value plus second value, because on the plus function we already assigned temp value, first value to temp value. So this temp is equal to 5 right now, and our second input is the s value is 5 as well. So the result right now is equal to 10. And then we go to the last line here. If we hit equal, it will actually text box one dot text is equal to, so we show this result in a string format. I mean data type string, and then we display in this text box. So it will become to 10. So that's the simple logic for single operation. Same logic applying to minus, times, and divide. I just gonna show it here, like 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. And then 5 times 2 is equal to 10. And 9 divided by 6 is equal to 1.5. So this works. And after that, I'm just gonna show the multiple operations. Let's say right here we have 5 plus 6 and then minus 3. So what happened here is the first, because the first button we click is the plus sign, we actually go to plus right here. So 6 plus 5, and then because we click here, so the first value of course will be um, before that 6 plus will be 6. And then we actually check the temporary value, because the temp is equal to 0. So the temp will plus equal to f value. So temp right now is equal to, oh sorry, this line, my bad. Temp is equal to f value. So temp has a value of 6 right now. And then after that, we actually click the minus, right? 6 plus 5 minus 3. And then we go to this method, minus dot click, and then we go through it. Um, so in the minus, so it actually checked the first value first, which will be 5, and then after that we check if it's equal to 0. Oh, that this is only for the first input. That means if we have nothing here, we have 0 in the text box. If we click the negative sign, the minus sign, it will display a negative sign here, so help you to input the negative number, and that's it. And after that, the same logic, we got the first value, which is 6, and then we actually check the temp, because we did 6 plus 5 before, right? So the temp value is not equal to 0. So we actually go into this logic, and then we check the operator, because operator is equal to plus right now. So we actually go to this condition, case plus, temp is plus equal to f value. So right now we have temp was originally equal to 5, and then the f value right now is equal, or sorry, temp was equal to 6, and the f value right now is equal to 5. So right now we have temp is equal to 11, right? Temp is equal to 11, and we also assign the operator is equal to minus. And then we right now, if we hit the equal sign, and then we go back to the sorry, go back to the equal method again, and then we read the second value, which is equal to 3 right here, and then we after that we check the operator, which is the minus. So result is equal to temp minus the second value. Temp, I just said it before, it's equal to 11. 6 plus 5. And then minus the second value is 3. So will give us 8. So that's how this logic works. But right now, even though I can do like multiple operations, but I still cannot do the orders. Like let's say we did 6 plus 5 times 3, it will still calculate 6 plus 5 first, and after that we calculate times 3, because I don't have enough time to enhance that logic, so I would just leave it this way. But we can still right now we can still do like 9 minus 6 plus 5 and then plus 3, something like that. So we don't need to hit this equal sign every single time. We can also do 6 times 3 divided by 9. So we can do like a multiple operations at one time. That makes more sense for a calculator, in my opinion. And after that, let me see what else do I have. So that's the logic for these four operators. After that, we also have checkbox stop check change. Oh, we have the square root. For square root logic, it's pretty simple. We just read this. Let's say we have 25, and then after we click this square root button, so this event will run, and then we actually have this first value, which is equal to 25, and data type is decimal, and the result, this is the equation, result is equal to decimal uh, math dot square root. Because the math dot square root, we have to use the double data type. So actually, we need to cast a double here to convert the f value to the double. And also the result we initialize as the decimal data type. So we have to cast decimal here again to make it convert back to the decimal type. And after that, we will just get 5 here, and then we will display the 5 result dot to string on this text box. Yep, and that's the function for square root. And we will come back to checkbox later. Oh, I forgot to say the clear button, right? Clear, clear. One sec. Oh, right here. So clear button is pretty simple. Like we just set everything to 0. Temp will be 0. So um, so temp is equal to 0. Apply to those operator functions. So we will not have like any previous operations to influence the result, right? And also the first value, second value to 0, and operator we will assign it to null again. And yeah, also the text box one is equal to 0. That's pretty simple logic here. And what else do I have? Checkbox one dot check change. Okay, so we actually have this checkbox. So the name dark mode. The logic here is first we check if this checkbox is checked. If it is, then we will change the tab page, the back color into dark gray. And if it's unchecked, then we will change it to white again. So the default color. And yeah, that's it for the checkbox. And we also have this radio button standard. Basically, if the check changed, so once we click this button, it will change the size to this size, and this the width. This is the height, and then text. We also change the text box one size to this size. Yep, and picture box. Oh, it's about this one line is for the picture. It's for the about me. So the picture box. For here, you can see if we hit scientific, so it's extended a bit. If we hit standard again, it will shrink a little bit. So this controls the size here. Yeah, same logic applied to the scientific button down here, and we also set the four extra buttons invisible, and down here we just set it to visible. So every single time we click scientific, it will not just only extend the size and the text box size, it will also display the four buttons. And if we click the standard, it will just shrink it, and this four is not visible. Yeah, and that's it for the radio buttons logic. And we also after that we have the square root button logic. First we hit this is pretty simple as well. We just read the first value that we put in the text box, and then make it use math.pow function and to the power of 2, and then we get the result and display on the text box. And also for the sign button, first we declare a variable angle, and then we also read the input, the user input. Let's say we read 90 as the first value, and we also need to convert the angle, right? Angle is equal to pi times double f value divided by 180. And then after that, we can apply this number to the sine. It will give us the correct output, because we can see sine right here is equal to 1, and let's do sine 45 and is equal to 0. So based on the result, we know our formula is correct. And same thing applies to cosine. Cosine, we all know cosine 180 is negative 1, right? And we can do cosine 90. Oh, whoops. 90 supposed to give us 0. Yep. And based on that, we know our equation is correct. And after that, what else do we have? For the factorial, right? First, we initial, mm, sorry. First, we declare the int variable factorial and assign it to 1. And then right here, we just need to make sure the user input is integer. So we actually use try and catch error here. Try to get value as an integer. If the user input like 3.5, we will actually catch it because it's format exception error. And then we will have a message box that show please enter an integer, and this is the message box title, and we have the button here, and the message icon will be warning, which is exclamation mark. And after that, after the user hit OK, we will just clear everything and ask him to enter again. So let's try it. Um, whoops, 3.5 factorial. See, we have the error message box here telling you please enter an integer, and then it just clear it. And after that, if the user successfully entered an integer, and then we will just do this calculation. This is the equation for how do you calculate the factorial. Factorial times equal to I. So let's say we input 6 here, 6 factorial. It will just sorry, factorial 1 times equal to 1 times 1, and then 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 4, 1 times 5, 1 times 6, which is equal to 6 factorial. And then after that, we will just display the result on the screen. And yeah, this is the logic for the button like. It's in the about me here. If you hit like, it will just pop up a message box here saying that thank you, and then you can hit OK. Oh, I also forget to mention the division by zero error. Mm, sorry, give me one sec. Divide right here. No, no, not this one. It's in the equal, I guess. Equal dot click. Oh yes, right here. Yeah, as you can see, if the operator is equal to divide, so first we check the second value, which is the denominators, right? If it is equal to zero, then we will display the message box, division by zero error, and then message icon with warning. Okay, let's just display it. 6 divided by zero, let's say, and then you will receive an error, and then just clear everything, and then you need to do it again so it won't process, and then same logics apply to the 1 over x button. It's really hard to find those buttons. um where is it? um Sorry. Oh, right here. 1 over x button. So same logics applies to here. Instead of reading the second value, it will just reading the value that we input. If the value we input is equal to zero, it will show. Sorry, it will show the error message box again. Basically the same as the division by zero error. And if it's not, it will just display the reverse. Yep. So basically, that's every single function I explained. Let me see if I have left over something. I explained calculator, about me, and then text box, standard, scientific, dark mode, number keys, decimal. Yes, basically that's everything about my assignment 5. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you can also fully understand what I'm trying to say, because I feel like what I'm saying is a little bit messy. It's my first time doing this um, coding presentation or programming presentation. Maybe I will get better next time to give a much more clear explanation. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.